Well, welcome.
Welcome.
So good to see everybody here. It's a hot, summery, sticky Saturday. It's about this warm up in Kansas City too. So either way, I was going to experience summer today, here or there. But it's really great to be here with all of you today. We're going to spend the next 90 minutes just immersing ourselves in heaven right here on earth. So I'm really excited to be able to share with you some of the tools that I use, some tips for easily connecting with the spirit world, and then we'll wrap up with a really tried and true technique to receiving some messages from your angels, your loved ones on the other side, pets, whoever it is you'd like to connect with. And then we're going to partner up and give messages to someone else too. Hey, sound fun? Yes. So remember, whatever happens today, I assure you, you're going to do it right. It's going to come easy to you. Intuition is natural. You are always connected to the spirit world, always. So don't think that this is hard or that you've got to struggle to make it happen. Instead, this is one of the easiest things you'll ever do if you can just relax and have a little bit of fun with it. Is that a deal?
Yep.
Yes. Promise me you're just going to have fun, because that's what this is all about. I will be recording the class, so if you'd like an audio of this, just email me, get in contact with me afterwards, and I'd be more than happy to share the recording with you. Did everybody bring paper, journal, pencil, stone tablet, smoke signal? No?
I have paper.
I'm the brain.
Because I want you to take a few notes anyway.
How many
I
people?
got some. Paper. What?
How many people need pens? If you need a pen, raise your hand.
For those of you who long for the Victorian era, we have an inkwell and a quill. Very good, yes. However it is, for those of you here feeling playful, I can go get some crayons from the nursery. You can take notes on the wall or something fun like that.
If you have
always be
pigtails,
here
you
to
hope the
remember.
guy behind you doesn't have an inkwell.
Right, you splash. Yes. Well, just real quick as you're getting ready with your note taking and all that, if you'll just buzz through the room, I want to hear everybody's first name, and then just tell me if you could be any animal real quick. What animal would you be? Don't think about it. Just tell me like the first animal that pops into your mind. Even if it's a wildebeest or wombat or something fun like that. Or just whatever it is that comes into your mind, share that with me. A giraffe? That's on the cover of the Daily Word magazine this month. It sure is. Little giraffe. And what's your name?
My name?
Yeah,
Richard.
Richard. All right, and we'll start here in the corner then. What's your name?
Sarah.
An animal.
Squirrel.
Awesome. Yeah, no.
Liliana and a lion.
A lion.
Could be bird.
What's your
An
name?
animal.
Oh, birds are fun.
Eagle.
Eagle, and what's your name?
Gail.
Gail. Good to meet you, Gail. How about you?
Lucy and a wolf.
A wolf. Cool.
Kelly and Eagle.
Eagle.
Krista and polar bear.
Oh, excellent.
Eric, Llama.
Llama. Oh, I love it.
Michelle, a wolf.
Another wolf.
Sharon, bird.
Bird. Any kind of bird? Aw, happiness. Yes.
Carolyn, Black Panther.
Nice. Good.
It's Brenda, and it's a sea turtle.
Aw, very nice.
John, River Otter.
Very playful and cuddly. Very good.
Elsie, a horse.
Freedom, yes.
John, Dolphin.
Excellent.
Sue, an elephant.
Perfect.
Jim, dog. Sadie.
Sadie. Okay.
Bree and also a sea turtle.
Excellent.
Steve, Tiger.
Tiger.
Linda and maybe a dog.
Excellent.
Still Richard, still giraffe.
Still Richard, still giraffe. Hasn't changed, not gonna change. I like it consistent.
Terry, Lion.
Lion.
Casey, a specific red dog.
Good.
Janet Hummingbird.
Oh, excellent.
Cindy, a black jaguar.
Excellent.
Shireen, a hawk.
Perfect.
Terry, stray cat.
Would you do the stray cat strut? Cause I got cat class and I got cat style.
Free cat. Free cat. I would be, I think I'd be an owl.
An owl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Debbie, Puma,
Excellent.
Patty, zebra.
Perfect.
Beth, a cheetah.
Oh, very good.
Cat, a shark.
A shark.
Alicia, horse. Taylor, fox.
A hawk.
Fox.
Oh, fox. Excellent. And how about you, Dee?
Oh, I didn't hear the question.
What animal are you?
Who are you and what animal would you be?
I am Dee, and I would be a puppy dog.
Oh, very good.
Everybody was up you.
Yes. Yes. Excellent. Well, again, because you're here, you're intuitive. Because you're here, you're going to succeed. Because you're here, you're already in contact with the spirit world. Your loved ones are here, ready to communicate and share with you their love and their wisdom. So this is only going to uplift you. This will only just bring the vibration of this whole room higher and higher. So I just want you to relax and enjoy this process. First thing we're going to talk about, let me get my recording going. The first thing we're going to talk about is some general ways of enhancing intuition and give you a good footing of how intuition works. And it really breaks down to 3 easy components. Now, the reason that I want you to take notes, I used to do really elaborate handouts and create outlines, and I'd have slideshows and things like that. But what I found was that when I did that, nobody ever read the handouts, and they might scrawl a few notes from the slideshow, but then it was never really utilized after that. If you write notes, it's in your hand. It goes through your energy system. You begin to encode it into your cells. It becomes a part of you. So I really want you to write down a couple of notes. Just jot down some highlights, because then it does help you integrate the material more effectively. So don't be afraid to scrawl some things out. That's really what I want you to do. But as I said, intuition is easy, it's natural, and when you're practicing it and when you're tapping into it, I want you to focus on 3 main highlights, and they're really easy to remember. It's look, listen, and feel. So intuition really functions in 3 different ways in our natural, normal human anatomy. It's what we see, it's what we hear, and it's how we feel. So we're going to talk about each of these 3 aspects, the look, listen, and feel, just for a few minutes so you can kind of understand in a little more depth how these work. Because intuition isn't just about what we experience on the outside, it's very much also about what we experience on the inside as well. So let's talk about looking or seeing first, okay? So lots of ways that we can see evidence of spirit, or that our intuition can communicate to us through the outside world, the things that we see every day. The reason that I asked you about animals is because animals are something that we see in our daily lives that can remind us that spirit is with us. Animals are messengers from the other side. Every single animal comes into your life as a spiritual teacher. So just get used to accepting that and pay attention to every animal you see. Be it a hawk, which is a symbol or a sign from our angels and guides to see a higher perspective, to not be timid or shy. Maybe it's a dog, and that's a message to be loyal, or that love is always loyal to us, that we're protected, because dogs have a very protective purpose in our human world. So every single animal that you see bears a message and is symbolic of something from the other side. And that's something that we see every day in our lives. How many of you saw a bird walking into the church today? You've probably all seen a bird or two today. Yeah? A lot. You've been getting messages from Spirit. How many of you saw a dog or a cat? Probably one jumped in your lap. That was a message from the other side. And from this side too, like feed me, pet me, pay attention to me. It's both. Animals serve a dual purpose. But this is something that we see in our everyday life. And if we can take a step back and look at animals through an intuitive lens, we quickly discover that Spirit is always seamlessly communicating with us. And it's easy to discern. So what's the first thing when you think of with an owl? Wisdom. So if you're asking for a message from your loved ones and you see a picture of an owl, then it's a reminder from them to trust your wisdom, to know that they're with you and that you too have that wisdom within you. So everything can become a message when we're just willing to look at it through those spiritual eyes. So animals are one thing that we can see with our ordinary senses without meditating or doing something elaborate or going to Tibet, right here for us to receive a message from the spirit world. Another common way that we can sharpen our intuition and get messages using our physical eyes on the outside is through numbers, through number combinations. So, how many of you have been thinking about a loved one and you see 1111? All the time. That is one of the fastest and the most efficient ways that our loved ones can communicate with us. A very brief message that they see us, that they love us, and that they're with us all the time. Or you think of someone and you look at the clock and it's their birthday. Or a license plate. Or a receipt when you check out at the grocery store. Numbers are everywhere, and they're more than just value statements. They're reminders that we are connected and that we're never alone. So I thought real quick, if you're interested, I'd break down the numbers 1 through 9 and tell you what each number represents. Would you be interested in that?
Yes.
Yeah. Because sometimes you'll see a number combination over and over and over, and you think, I keep seeing this number, but what does it mean? What's trying to be communicated here? So we'll talk about what each number represents. The number 1 is about confidence. Having confidence, believing in yourself, knowing that you're on the right track. It's also an important reminder that you are a leader. To take charge of your thoughts. And most importantly, seeing 1 is that you are at unity, you are at one with your loved ones, with Source, with Spirit. That all is one. That's why I think it's so common that we see it, because we all need that reminder sometimes. Because we feel separate. We feel isolated. We feel alone. And when we see that combination, 1, 1, 1, it reminds us that no, we're always one with love. We're always home in love. So the number 2 is about cooperation. It's about friendship, about partnership. And it's also about balance. So when you're seeing a lot of 2s, most frequently this is a reminder from the other side that it's nice to give, but it's also really important to receive too. And when you recognize those numbers, you're receiving a message. You're receiving an upliftment. You're receiving a sign. So when you see the number 2, make sure you're in balance. Make sure you're allowing yourself to give and receive. And also be open to relationships and how they're changing or supporting you in your life. Number 3 is pretty dynamic. Number 3 is about dancing and creating and moving, getting busy with life. It's also a really powerful sign or a communication that lets you know that you are connected with the Christ consciousness. Think of the Holy Trinity. So 3 is about creativity, and it's also representative of the Trinity. So if you're seeing a lot of number 3s, maybe that's a message from your loved ones or your angels that it's time to create some spiritual work. Maybe it's time to make a spiritual garden or do some healing baskets, or maybe it's time to volunteer in the community for hospice. But it's a call to spiritual action is the number 3. To be spiritually creative, but to believe in your creative powers. Because you know how we are. We get stuck in our heads. We judge ourselves. I'm not creative because I can't paint or I don't sing. But creativity is fixing a meal. It's decorating a home. Creativity is anything that comes from our heart that we channel through our hands as an expression of love. Creativity is anything that you do with love instead of with judgment or productivity. It's an extension of your heart. So we're all creative, and 3 can remind us of that. So the number 4 is symbolic that we are protected, that we are being strengthened, and that our loved ones are helping us with the everyday practical details of life. So for example, if you're worried about money, or if you're concerned about a job, or if you don't know how your housing situation is going to shake out, seeing the number 4 is a reminder that your loved ones are aware of your struggles or your stress, and they're helping you land on solid ground. So it's a very, very important message. It's a reassurance. It's an acknowledgement that yes, we here in the physical plane are acknowledged, and Spirit can help us even in our everyday, ordinary lives in this very mundane physical world. So when you see the number 4, just know that the details are being handled, that you are provided for, and that you will be protected abundantly, no matter where it is you travel, no matter what it is you need, no matter what it is you're praying for. Heaven is listening and help is on the way. This is a pretty good number. Am I going too fast? You guys keeping up? Perfect. All right, number 5 is all about fortification, reinforcement, building up your resources, and being willing to be flexible so you can take better care of yourself. The number 5 reminds me of the verse that Paul wrote. He said, when I was a child, I played with childish things, but as I grew, I outgrew. When we see a lot of the number 5s, it's a message from our angels that the old ways were good in the old times, but maybe now it's time for something different or time for something new. Maybe instead of doing the same old thing and getting the same old results, it's time to do something new so you can feel renewed, replenished, reconnected. So if you're seeing a lot of number 5s, take a step back and observe. Is it time to branch out and meet new people? Is it time to try a new diet? Should you maybe do something different with exercise? Take a different route to work? Listen to different music? But whatever it is that you do, whatever it is you try, you'll get different results. And if you like the results, keep up the change. If you don't. Try something yet again new. It's really easy to resist change and to get stuck in a rut because we get comfortable and then we just kind of go with that inertia. But 5 is our loved ones kind of prodding us. Come on, let's get out of that shell. Let's break free. Let's be like the bird and fly to new heights. So it's time for a change so you can be refortified. Number 6 is about watching your thoughts and aligning yourself with thoughts of abundance and things that are supportive. So number 6 is your angels telling you no more stinking thinking. Which we all do. We think, I can't do it. I'm too old. I'm not good enough. Blah, 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 blah. Anyone ever had those thoughts? Yeah, like 10 minutes ago. Like right before I came in the class. I'll never get through. We're all guilty of that. And when you're seeing a lot of the number 6, it's your guides and angels saying, wake up! You're not an ego. You're a spirit. You're an incredible child of light. You are unconditionally loved. You are more powerful than you imagine. Use your mind as a tool for you instead of letting your ego be a weapon against you. So 6 is check your ego at the door and let your heart and your mind soar. Pretty powerful, isn't it? Yeah. So if you're seeing, let's say, for example, the number 3, which is about creativity, say you see 366 or 336. That's your loved one saying, quit blocking yourself, get out and create. Quit judging yourself, do something. Because the 6 is overcoming ego, using your mind in a positive way, and the 3 is creativity. So channel all that energy into something positive that you can create. See how they work together? Oh, I'm getting an angelic harp endorsement. Why, yes, they do work together, don't they? That was good timing. See how the numbers work together? Yeah? If you're seeing 1 and 6, then this is take leadership. Start teaching people. Maybe it's time for you to do a class about affirmations or positive thinking or A Course in Miracles, how to outdo the ego. So you can start putting the numbers together creatively and get deeper and deeper and deeper messages. And that's how this works. Good? Good. Number 7 is about having faith. No doubt, have faith. So when you're seeing the 7s, it's just a reassurance that even when it's hopeless, even if you feel disconnected, even if you're struggling or news is not what you want it to be, even if you lost your cool or maybe snapped, have faith. Your loved ones are not going to leave you, that you're always surrounded by love. So have faith. And you're on a lucky streak too when you see 7s. So buy that lottery ticket. Are there casinos? No, you guys don't have boats up down here, do you? We got all the river boats in Kansas City. No casinos or anything. Just Branson? No, I guess Branson doesn't either. Well, you can get your scratchers, right? Good. The number 8 is about endurance. So 7 is a reassurance to have faith, to keep moving forward. But 8 is like going to the gas tank and actually filling yourself up. It's just a reminder, you can do it. You're getting through this. The end is near. Don't give up. But 8 is also a reminder of everyone's favorite thing, which is to be patient. Yes, who loves to be infinitely patient? We all do, right? I'll wait in this line forever. I don't mind. No, 8 is a reminder. Just be patient. Trust in divine time. Because I will tell you, no matter how hard we push in human terms, no matter how much we force, beg, plead, everything happens in divine time. So when you're seeing a lot of those 8s, it's just release control, step back, no need to force, that all is in divine time. To everything there's a season. And 8 is a beautiful reminder of that. And then we see the number 9. That's the party hat and the little blower. Wah! It means congratulations. It's an ending. You've done it. Completion. So number 9 is a celebration. It's an acknowledgement of a job well done. It's your loved ones telling you that they appreciate you, that you've seen something through, and that it is time to take a break, to catch your breath, and just to have a moment to be still. Number 9 is an important reminder that, every now and then it's okay to rest. I think we get so busy working that we forget to take a rest. And 9 can remind us of that. Now I know there's personal meanings to the numbers too. So obviously if you have a loved one whose birthday was 9/19 and you see it on the clock, you'll know that's more of the connection to their birthday. But then you can also take it a little bit deeper. Are they maybe asking you to be bold enough to take some time for yourself, all by yourself, and rest? That could be what the 919 is all about. So they can have personal significance to a particular spirit, but also a deeper meaning for us too. See how that works? It's amazing, isn't it? Yes.
If you have double digits, are they always going to be those two sequences together, or could it be something different?
It could be something different, but usually it's trying to really emphasize the message.
Can I share a quick story with you?
Sure.
Oh, I hate mics.
Mics are fine. They're perfectly lovely people, and Marks and Lukes and Johns. My apologies to any Mikes in the room.
They already know how to do. So today is the day that my dog died. And I appreciate you talking about animals, because I talk about that all the time, of their purpose, and a lot of people that are not metaphysical kind of just look at you like you're crazy.
Yeah.
But now my brain's gone completely blank. What's the other?
Double digits.
Double digits.
The double digits. And today's your dog's day.
I'm sorry. I'm so tired. My mind just completely went out. So with the 18th, I didn't find that it was a coincidence that today was also the day that you were coming here.
Yes.
And that was happening. So just wanted to throw that in.
Yeah, there are no accidents. Things happen in divine order. That's that number 8 is be patient. But pay attention to those things. It wasn't a coincidence that the class was today, and this was the first thing I talked about was animals. It's your dog letting you know that very much still with you. So yeah, no accidents. Go
It's kind of
ahead.
like being late for work. Like when you're like 5 minutes late, maybe you were missing an accident.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Things are always working. When we are in the flow, things always work for our highest interest and our best good. When they don't, it's because we step into the flow and we stop it. We try to control it. We think we know best. And sometimes we are inspired and we do have amazing ideas. But we also have to remember to trust. And that number 8 is the reminder of that things really do happen in divine order. Absolutely they do. Good. So we talked about animals. Numbers are something we commonly see with our everyday physical ordinary eyes that serve as intuitive messages. But let's talk about our inner vision, because just as we have an outer experience, we absolutely have inner vision that is highly intuitive and that can guide us and give us messages from the other side too. Yes?
Can you go over 1 or 0 just for tens? Because I see 10 a lot.
Oh, 10. So 10 is a number of fullness or completion. It's a lot like 9, but usually what it manifests, or what is communicating with the number 10, is that to understand that who you are is enough. Because sometimes we think, I need this to be complete, or I messed this up, so now I'll never get it back. But number 10 is that just as you are right now, you are enough. Does anybody see a lot of that? Next time you see it, just think of the expression, oh, that's my loved one telling me I'm a perfect 10. Yeah! That's a good reinforcement. But yes, that's what that means. Any other questions? Sorry, I kind of moved forward real quick. I wanted to keep rolling. Good. All right, so our inner vision. One of the most powerful and profound ways that we experience our inner vision, what we can see is through our dreams. So I would encourage each and every one of you, even if you tell me, I don't remember my dreams, get a little notebook or a piece of paper, something by your bed, set up a glass of water and a pen, and then every morning, first thing when you wake up, just start writing. Even if you don't know what you're writing about, even if it doesn't make sense, first thing in the morning, just start writing whatever comes into your head. Because if you'll get into that habit, you'll start remembering your dreams more consistently, and your dreams will come to you more readily. Yes?
I just listened to a podcast about lucid dreaming, and one of the techniques was to just, in your awakened state, go ahead and think, I'm going to remember my dreams.
Yeah.
I'm going to remember my dreams, and I'm going to be aware that I'm dreaming when I dream.
Yes.
And that if you do that frequently enough, then you start to have that awareness of the dream while you're dreaming.
Absolutely. And that's, I think, an important thing before you go to bed, and why I want you to keep the piece of paper for first thing in the morning. Before you go to bed tonight, just tell your loved ones, hey, let's have an adventure tonight. Don't beg and plead, because that's assuming you're not going to. But when you invite them, who wouldn't want to go have an adventure or party? Hey, I want to see you tonight. Let's connect on the other side. And then let's remember it. And I'm going to write it down first thing when I wake up. So just be very positive in your approach to that. Because even if you don't remember your dreams, you're being visited by them. And you are connected to them. If you don't remember it, it's just because other junk gets in the way as soon as you wake up. Oh no, I'm running late. I got to go get the coffee. I got to get it. Where did the dreams go? Well, they got shoved under the rug because you started your to-do list right away. If you'll just pause before you jump into productivity and start to write a couple things down, then suddenly you realize, oh, I don't remember everything, but I do remember there was this cathedral, or, oh yeah, I got this glimpse, and I think my dog was there. Just write it down. However brief, however succinct it is, write it down, and then go run to the coffee. It'll wait. It'll still be there. The reason it's important, and this is the same with the lucid dreaming, having water near your bed is a conductor for spirit and for emotions. So if you'll put a glass of water, don't drink it, just have it there, it helps you more readily recall your dreams and tap into the feelings of your dreams. So it's a really powerful way to help enhance that practice. But yes, tonight before you go to bed, I'm inviting you, let's go have an adventure together and just see what happens. But don't do it once and expect you're just going to fly off and remember everything as if it's us sitting here talking. Do it night after night. But I will tell you, if you do this on the full moon nights, it can be extra powerful because there's that illumination. So the lunar cycles can affect the lucidity of our dreams or our dream recall too. And we're getting close to the full moon, so your dreams may become more and more clear over the next week or so. So your dreams, yes.
Why are you connecting spirits with water? I don't understand.
Because water is our emotional body, and spirits communicate to us through our feelings very much. So when you have that water there, you've amplified your ability. Your emotional body is cleansed and opened to feel their emotions and their messages too. So the water is like a microphone or an amplifier for that. Yeah, that's why people feel so relaxed and so rejuvenated by the water. So it really does help make that difference. And when it's all said and done, why do we want to connect with our loved ones? It's not because we want to get stock numbers, or it's because we want to feel love, right? We want to feel connected. Well, maybe you want the stock numbers too. I mean, you can have both. But it's because we want that feeling. We miss them. So by having that water there, that emotional, it helps us feel their presence even more strongly than what we might without. Just try it. Yeah. Don't put too much water in the glass or spill it over or anything, but It'll be a good way. So pay attention to the dreams. Pay attention to your dreams, because that's an intuitive vision that we have that helps guide us.
So
Yes.
is dreaming just one of the main ways that the other side is able to contact through us?
Yes, because what's happening when we're sleeping? Pretty much we've checked our ego at the door. That's nice. So then that way we have a more ready access. Our loved ones have more ready access to our mind, to our hearts, because our inhibitions are down and we're not thinking the way we think in our ordinary waking lives. So that's an important thing to know. Now, I also want to be clear, and I'll get to your question in just a minute, and I've got one here too. If you have unsettling dreams about your loved ones, so say you dream and they're still hurting or they're still upset, I assure you, 100% of the time, that's just in your energy field and not what they are experiencing. So when you have those weird, crazy dreams like that, just realize that's your process. You're still healing some of that, because that's part of what we do in our dreams too. It's a chance for our imagination to play through scenarios. It's a chance to release emotions that maybe we wouldn't when we're awake, because we tend to be reserved, or maybe we're kind of shy, or we don't want to say we're angry. So if you are having a dream where a loved one is upset, or you're upset, again, please know that's not a visit, and that's not them saying they're angry with you. That's you doing some healing and some releasing that you need to do so that you can truly and fully connect with them on the other side. Okay? I promise you that. And that's true 100% of the time. Because when we leave our physical bodies and we've had a chance to release that emotional body is part of the physical body. If you feel sad, sometimes you have aches and pains. People die of heartbreak or a broken heart. Our body's emotions kind of exist on one axis. So when we leave the body behind, those dense emotions are also recycled and repurposed and transformed, so that when we are in spirit, we see things in a whole new light. So your loved ones may want to help you, and they feel compassion for you, and they can acknowledge suffering, and they can validate that there were struggles, but they're not suffering and they're not struggling. They acknowledge it, but they're not currently experiencing it. I promise you that. I assure you of that. As a medium for over 20 years, I can tell you that has been true 100% of the time. So know that they're all free, and they want us to be free, which is why they connect with us too. Okay, so what was your question?
You answered my question.
Yes.
I was wondering about nightmares. So
Yeah, I read your mind. I knew that was out there, yes.
Okay, I know we're focused on mediumship, but if you have a dream about someone who's living,
Yes.
is it their highest self that you're connecting with, or?
Yes.
Okay.
It is. It is. Yes. It's their essence, or you can connect with anybody anywhere, and especially in the dreams. That's a lot, and that's another place you can work out problems with people. You can know if they're thinking about you. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much. That
Yeah.
helps a lot.
Yeah. I know sometimes people get nervous because I'll tell someone, I had a dream about you last night. No, you're fine. I was just telling you I had a dream about you. So it's okay to dream about someone who's still physically living. Yes, and then what were you going to say?
So though, is there a difference between like having static water and like the little miniature waterfalls that you can?
Oh, you could have either one.
It's just the same thing.
Either one is fine, yeah. I mean, don't get like pond scum water.
But no, the movement of the water also.
The water doesn't have to move. No, it doesn't. Not at all. No. So good. But yes, the suffering, no one on the other side is suffering. We can connect with even people who are still physically present. If you have a dream that feels like it's a premonition, has anybody ever had that? Like premonition dreams, or a dream that something's going to happen and then it does. Realize that oftentimes things have already been set in motion and we're not supposed to change those things. We're just being made aware. So if you have a dream about an earthquake or some kind of a disaster, don't if that comes to pass, don't feel guilty like you were supposed to have intervened, or like Superman, go put the Golden Gate Bridge back together or whatever. Just realize that sometimes we are aware of energy that's in motion, and it's not too uncommon to have those kind of precognizant ideas or images or dreams. That's all part of being connected, because we all are part of that divine mind. So those dreams can happen too. So dreams are an inner vision that we have, that we can see. Different symbols that flash into your mind when you're meditating. I'm sure you've all had that. You're in a meditation and you see someone with an outstretched hand or a birthday cake. Pay attention to any images that come to you that just pop into your mind randomly, either in a meditation or throughout the day. Whatever visions come to you, start keeping a journal of that or start writing those things down, because those are all messages from your intuition as well. Good on all that? So that's the looking. We look to the outside and we look to the inside. Then we're going to listen. And listening is easy, but it's also really, really hard. Now, the outer listening is pretty easy, and lots of ways that our loved ones communicate through what we hear. What's one of the most common you guys can think of?
Music.
Absolutely, music. If you ask your loved ones for a sign, you're going to get a song. Say it with music. And those are not coincidences. So you think of a loved one and you hear a song, or you hear someone humming it. Pay attention, because those are real, valid confirmations and signs. Another way is hearing a loved one's name. Say you step into an elevator and you're thinking of a loved one and someone says, "Yeah, I talked to John last night." That's your loved one's name. That's John saying, "Hi." So pay attention to the names you hear. If you suddenly hear an expression that one of your loved ones used to say, that's a sign that they're with you. I was with a client the other day, and her father was on the other side, and she asked me, "Well, does he know my kids?" Because he'd transitioned before she had her children. And I wasn't thinking, but the first thing he said to me was, "Indeed." In this really weird voice like that, which is not my voice. So she asked me that, and my response to her was, "Indeed." And she started crying. She said, "That is what he used to say all the time in that deep, silly voice," which is nothing I would have said, but it really validated for her that it was him and that he was there. So pay attention to those kooky, crazy things like that, because they're not accidents. Listen. Yes?
Most everybody here probably knows Kevin Evans. He passed away. I was at the symphony the other night, and a lot of us were just standing around talking before we went in. And I got to talking to this man, nice guy. We were just standing there talking. And I said, "And what is your name?" And he said, "Kevin Evans."
Yeah?
I'm telling you what, I did a double take.
Did he have to pick your jaw up off the floor?
Well,
yeah.
He was older
than
Kevin was, but
it was
it just, and you're saying that and make like, whoa.
Yeah. Happens all the time.
It's weird.
Yeah, it's neat. It's just spirit channeling through. Spirit will work through animals, other people, the sunrise. I mean, spirit is unlimited in how we'll get the messages. So nothing is too small, nothing is too large. Pay attention. All those little things really do make a difference, because it's communication. It really is. And that's what's so cool about spirit communication is it's not like an actor on a stage. Your loved ones don't take center stage and deliver a Macbeth kind of soliloquy, to be or not to be. They give us snippets and just the right thing when we need it. A little hint, a song, a note, and then okay, I can do this. I'm connected. Yes?
Well, or like a smell.
A smell.
I smell my grandmother's face.
Yes, that's part of the feeling. It sure is. Yep. Have you guys seen that new McFlurry at McDonald's, the Grandma McFlurry? No, it's no joke. It's their new flavor. It's got, those mints that grandmas always have out at their house. It's like the ice cream with the grandma mints all in it. It's the Grandma McFlurry. So I'm not going to have one. I just read about it. I thought, oh boy. Anyway. So, tastes are another, but that goes under the feeling category. So listen. Now, listening on the outside is easy because we hear music and other people can hear it. Or someone else could have heard Kevin introduce himself. So it's pretty tangible, and it's easy to accept those things. The hard part about listening is when it's our inner voice. So let's say you ask a loved one for a message, and you hear, I love you, but it's in your voice. Well, then we start to question that. Well, no, that was just my voice. Well, if you're asking them to communicate with you, they will. And it is okay if it sounds like your voice, because that's the voice that you hear inside your mind so often. So even if it comes in your own voice, it's still a message from them. Because that's just what's natural and easiest for us. As you practice, and as you get a little bit more confident that you are connected, as you build that skill, then you'll hear their voice, or you might hear their laughter, or, it'll be a little differentiated from your own voice. But be patient in the beginning if it always sounds like it's you, because it'll feel a little bit different, even if it is your own voice. Now, if you hear a voice that's a Debbie Downer, or somebody being negative, that's your ego trying to masquerade around as some spirit. So tell it to go. Because your loved ones won't criticize you. They're not going to judge you. They're not going to be negative to you. They'll be honest. If you need to stop something, they may tell you, maybe quit. But they're never going to judge or criticize or be harsh or anything like that. Or insulting. Again, that's all ego stuff. Yes.
So, do you have to deal with ego once they have? Because I've got some relatives that aren't nice.
Yeah.
That have passed.
Well, then are you going to connect with them?
No, but they can't randomly say, hey, I need to talk to you, type of thing.
If they come knocking at the door, you just pretend you're not home. I was Aunt Betty. I didn't see her. Everybody lay low. I'm not joking. You have control. Your energy field is your house. You are the authority. And this is serious. This is basic intuitive stuff. Don't let every stray spirit in the house, because you're going to have your house taken over. You're going to feel like you're going crazy. You're going to be drained, and it's no fun. So if you didn't have a loved one you don't like and they come around, just tell them you'll get back to them later. Say, Eric's not home. He'll call you when he's ready. And they cannot come around. It's your energy. You are the sovereign. You are the authority. If you don't want to connect, don't. That is just really important for you to take your power with that.
So it's more of a Hollywood thing when they're like, I can't help it, they're talking and they'll shut up type of thing.
Right. Yeah. That's kind of a Hollywood thing. I can be aware of them, but if you acknowledge them, if you have a weed in your yard and you go out and water it, you're acknowledging it, you're giving it what it needs to keep going and going and going. If you're out and you're noticing a bunch of spirits and they look kind of funky and you don't want to talk to them, don't go acknowledge them. Oh my gosh, there's just so many spirits, I can't help but talk to them. But yeah, you can. You don't have to talk to them. Just let them be. Let them go. They cannot force themselves on you.
Manifestation 101.
Exactly. Yeah, you can observe, but don't attach. Don't give it any knowledge. Don't give it any of your energy. If you feel like some people are very empathic, and like me, I am like super, super, super sensitive to that spiritual energy. And I don't acknowledge it, but sometimes my energy field may still be affected by stuff. It's like if you walk through a muddy field, no matter how gingerly you walk, no matter if you're not acknowledging the mud, well, when you're done walking through the mud, you may have a little bit of mud on your shoes. So that's why taking good care of yourself is really important. So eat good food, do meditation where you clear your energy field, balance your chakras every day, ask the Holy Spirit to strengthen the prayer for protection. You want to do these things as part of your normal routine hygiene. I brush my teeth and clear my chakras. I wear crystals and ask the Holy Spirit to go with me everywhere I go, so that even if there is some funky stuff that maybe I'm not tuned into, or maybe I'm feeling, aware of. It doesn't have to affect me. But no, don't talk to the spirits you don't want to. You wouldn't talk to people you don't like, right? Yeah, so you have control of that for sure. Good. Okay, so you may hear them in your own voice, and that's perfectly okay. In time, you'll start to hear other different voices. But again, if it's anything negative, it's not spirit, it's you. Now, sometimes, there may be issues with addiction, or maybe you're struggling with a really bad habit or self-sabotage, and your loved ones will say, stop, or you deserve better, or quit sabotaging. But again, it's said for love, not out of condemnation or criticism. If you don't stop this, I'm not going to connect with you anymore. That's not what the other side is like. And we know that no matter how upside down you might be in your life situation, or no matter how much you feel like you've screwed up, no matter how angry you were with the person when they passed, they want to connect with you. They're not going to abandon you or judge you. So it is never, ever, ever too late, because divine time. There's no such thing as too early or too late. It's always divine time. So when you need to connect, you'll connect. Good? Good. Again, remember, you are the authority of your energy. So if you don't want to connect with the spirit, don't. That's really important to remember. So that's look and listen, inside and outside, and then feeling. So feeling is about all of our other senses. It's about taste, smell, touch, and it's also about our emotions. So
You put smell under that too.
Smell, yeah. Taste, smell, touch, and emotions. So if you have a shirt of a loved one and you want to connect with them, hold on to that shirt. Feel it on you, because that's going to amplify the connection. That's called psychometry. And when you can hold an object that a loved one had, it just amplifies that spiritual connection, because we feel it with our physical, and then that radiates and amplifies that emotional connection. So feel and touch those things that they held. If you have a bench that you've dedicated to a loved one, go sit on it. If you have an altar or a place that's a special where you've got pictures, hold those. I cannot underestimate how powerful connecting to spirit is when we can use a physical object to cling onto and to hold onto. It gives us an anchor. If you don't have those things, that's okay. Maybe you can make something. So if your loved one had a particular animal, maybe you could do a pet painting of that animal and you could hold that painting. Or draw a picture of your loved one, or make a little rock with a heart on it. But find something physical that you can touch and hold on to that really symbolizes or represents your loved ones on the other side.
Would a picture of them work?
Of course. Absolutely. Yep. Pictures, jewelry, anything like that. Oh, false teeth. I had a lady one time who kept No. And she brought it to my office. Do you want his teeth? Like, no, I don't need his teeth to connect with him. Yeah, this little denture thing. That was really interesting. I've had people bring in their loved one's lucky rabbit's foot, all kinds of things. I mean, any little trinket or treasure or effect like that is totally fine. But those really do help to connect. Yeah. I wish you guys could be a fly on the wall someday. You would love to see some of the things that happen in my work. It's lots of fun. So touching things, the taste, the smells of things, then the inner senses. Like when you think of your loved ones and you get chills, or you feel some warmth, or suddenly you feel like you can breathe. When we are asking for that communication and our emotions are open, suddenly they connect and our whole world can shift, because our energy shifts and aligns with that beautiful divine energy that they can bring to our hearts and to our minds. Just think of the loved one that's passed that you love, 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 love the most. Just think of them for a moment and then take a deep breath. This really feels different, doesn't it? Yeah, you feel that. You can feel that. That's a connection. That's a sign. And if you're not feeling it, it means probably you need to slow down a little bit. Or, usually we're the ones that get in our own way. It's 9 times out of 10 not on their part, it's on our part. They're pretty good at communicating. We're the ones that tend to sometimes be a little bit slow. But those emotional feelings, getting chills, smells, tastes, deja vu goes under the category of signs that we can receive through how we feel and what we smell and memories of the past. Having random memories, you're just randomly doing something, and suddenly you remember the way that your grandma used to hang the towels up in her bathroom. That means she's with you. That's her popping in and saying hi, which is a really good thing. So intuition works in 3 ways: look, listen, and feel. On the outside and on the inside. Does that cover all the bases? Feel good about that? Good. Everybody doing good, or do you want to take a short break? We don't have a lot more time. So if we take a break, I just want it to be a short, quick stand up. What do you guys think?
Keep going.
Great, keep going?
Keep going.
I'm cool if you are. If anybody needs to get a drink, don't. Sit down. No, it's all right. But yes, if you do need to get up and stretch, please feel free at any time to do that. Now we'll just wander around. Does anybody have questions? This would be a good time for any other questions. Yes?
What if you don't have any dead loved ones?
Then your angels and guides. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because you got those too.
Or how do you find your angels?
Ask their names.
Okay.
Yep, and we're going to do that. We'll do that here in just a
Very
minute.
good. Thank you.
Oh, yeah. Any other questions?
I have a question.
Yes.
So my ex-husband has psychosis. And I am concerned because he heard things that were not actually there, that were dangerous to my children, that sort of thing. How can I make sure it's the spiritual side of things and not like a mental disability type?
It's what Jesus said, by the fruits you know the tree. So if it's a scary, unsettling, kind of shallow message that is rambling, doesn't make sense, it feels a little bit disjointed, that would be something that is another issue. If it's a very clear, simple, loving, honest, practical message, that would be something that is spiritual and comes from the other side. Does that make sense? Yeah. And that's, the more you practice, the more you'll know the difference. Messages from our ego they're like real flimsy, and they're always they're usually real inconsistent. So if you're asking like, what's my sole purpose? And 1 minute it's, well, you need to sell your house and move away. And then the next minute it's, well, no, you need to stay and help out this person on the street. Or, that's not spirit. That's very inconsistent, and it probably doesn't resonate. Messages that are truly from spirit, they'll be real. There's depth to them. They have substance, and they're very consistent. And again, they'll just feel right. So use your discernment when it comes to these things, because that's always real important. And just because you get advice from a loved one on the other side does not obligate you to take it. It's just advice. So don't live your life according to what Aunt Betty said. Take her perspective. I don't have an Aunt Betty. I hope no one does. You do?
Oh, yeah.
Lovely lady, wasn't she? Love Aunt Betty. Great soul.
Angelic.
Perfect angel. Yes, take every bit of advice she gives me. But still use your best discretion, because you don't want it, well, the spirits told me to do it. Well, you got to do it for yourself. And you have to test it out and make sure, does this feel right? Does this sound right? Does this seem right? Yeah, for sure. And there, you know the difference. And sometimes it'll be, I love you, I love you, I love you, and then your ego jumps in and then the message goes sideways. So be able to, again, discern, okay, yes, I know I need to practice better self-care, but better self-care doesn't mean I go and invest $200,000 in a new car. You know, that you have to be discerning in that. If you do, great, power to you. But, again, you got to test those things out. Yes.
If a loved one is on their deathbed before transition, and they say that they can hear what you're saying,
yes.
And I totally believe that.
Yes.
Is that the higher self, or is that the subconscious of the physical body?
Both.
Okay.
Because at that point they're starting to just become one. They're starting to just become essence. Yeah. Yep. So it's both. Yep. Which is really cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Good. Yes.
I have a question.
Yes.
I used to teach a lot of counseling classes, and I found a lot of people did not want to accept responsibility for choosing their thoughts and their feelings. They wanted to be like the 4-year-old.
Sure.
He made me do it. It was his fault.
Yes.
Do you think the part of this and understanding what to listen to and what to take is understanding that you are still responsible for choosing what you feel and choosing what you think?
Exactly.
Okay.
It's that they are here to love us and to support us and to give us guidance, yes. But ultimately we have to be responsible for our own choices and our own actions. It's that being the leader of your own life. And I know I have a lot of clients that I just want them to tell me what to do. That's not their job. That is not their job. They had their lives. They probably struggled to figure out what to do themselves. Don't put them in the position that they're responsible for your life. That's not right for you, and that's not true to their form as well. So ultimately, we seek that counsel, and we ask for that comfort, but we've got to make these decisions for ourselves. That's why I'm saying the main reason we want to connect with them is, because maybe we want their advice, but ultimately we're going to do what we're going to do, even if we blame them or not. But we want to feel.
Right.
We want to feel the love. We want to feel the connection. So they can give their thoughts, but we want to feel the love. That's really what it's all about for most of us. And then go ahead.
You mentioned deja vu. I was just curious what the message or purpose of that happening is.
Deja vu.
Yeah.
It's just to bring up a memory or help us to process something that needs to be acknowledged.
What if it's the memories before that happen? You see it and then it happens later or whatever?
Oh, like a premonition.
Oh, I guess that's what. That was deja vu. Okay.
Yeah, that deja vu is from the past, premonition is future.
Oh, okay. I've mystified deja vu. Okay.
Oh, no, that's okay. Yeah, deja vu is just, something that's already previously happened that you're remembering. Premonition is something that you're viewing that will come to pass. So they're just different orientations in linear time.
Okay.
Yeah. But of course, everything's divine time, so. Okay, any other questions about any of that? Good? Yeah.
My mind is struggling with having a random bird fly by and dog barks or whatever, and I'm putting meaning to all these things.
Yeah.
How do I know it's all not just craziness?
For you it is. No. Don't make yourself crazy. Oh, a dog barked. Is that a loved one?
What's that? Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I heard a horn.
Yeah.
Somebody's trying to get my attention. Oh my gosh, the light flashed. Don't make yourself crazy with it. Just be aware. Just be aware. That's all that, it's just bringing some heightened awareness. But if you're feeling really isolated or really alone, just start noticing. Start being aware. Oh, there is a lot more being communicated to me than what I give credit to or than what I maybe recognize.
It feels like I'm just putting meaning to random things.
I
don't want to hear the voice. I want to have a conversation.
You do want to hear the voice, or you do want to hear the conversation?
Sure.
Yeah. Well, baby steps. Sometimes it starts with just recognizing, okay, there's lots of ways that I connect. One is through animals. One is through numbers. One is through... Don't put all your focus on animals. Just be aware that if there's a striking moment where suddenly you see a hawk out of nowhere, or there's a squirrel right there at the window trying to get your attention. It's not just, I heard the neighbor's dog bark. There's a difference between that and when something crosses your path or something is deliberately entering your field, then that's a message. Does that make sense?
It does.
Don't make this overly random because it's not. It's when there's a connection that's there that really gets your attention and not just stray minutia that's in the background all the time.
You're telling us how to become more aware. And
yes.
I don't want to put meaning to everything that happens.
No, because then you make yourself don't put meaning to every little thing. No. You know, just the things that really catch your eye or that grab your attention when they enter your awareness.
That's good.
Yeah, no, don't make yourself crazy with this at all. No, that's not just to pay attention, just to be mindful. Because that's the first step in cultivating intuition, just being mindfulness that yes, I am connected more than what I give myself credit for. Yeah. Okay, good.
Thank you.
Now you won't be crazy making, right?
Yeah.
I don't want you to do that. No, please don't anybody take that.
So, because I've done a little bit of what he's doing, so what I'm hearing is like, the birds are all flying everywhere, don't pay attention to them, only pay attention to the one that comes and sits on your seal.
Exactly.
And all the dogs are barking, but don't pay attention to those, just the one that comes up in your yard and sits on your porch.
Exactly. Because dogs are going to bark, birds are going to fly,
Yeah.
singers are going to sing, players are going to play. You know, you can't analyze every single thing, but when something comes right to you, I notice that. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Consistent also.
Huh?
Wouldn't it be consistent? I mean, if there's something you need to hear,
Yeah.
it's not going to be just one thing.
Right.
It's going to be a lot of different things. That
Yes.
go on. Well,
Yes.
The way you described that, I remember a long time ago I bought a house and I was moving dirt from this side of the yard to that side, and I filled the wheelbarrow up with dirt. A butterfly would land on it
Yes.
and ride all the way to the other side.
Oh, wow.
Get up, I dumped
Yeah.
it, and it would follow me back, and
Wow.
about 4 or 5 trips that people took a ride with me.
You might pay attention. That could be a sign. Yeah. If you go to a butterfly garden and you see butterflies, probably not a sign, because there's butterflies. You know, right on your wheelbarrow, that's a sign. So yeah, don't get too literal with it, I guess I would say. But something like that is exactly what I mean. Yes. Good. All right, so let's talk about a really easy way now that we can connect with our angels and our loved ones. And it's just a simple question of letting it happen and letting it flow. So when I'm connecting with the other side, be it to talk to a loved one who's transitioned or an angel or a spirit guide, whomever it may be, I create a neutral territory. So I don't let them into my energy field, but I don't expect myself to go, well, I can't go to the other side because I still have to be physically here. So the first step in connecting with the other side is to create a sacred middle ground, a sacred space where they bring their energy, you bring your energy, and you meet right there in the middle. So oftentimes how I imagine that is like a living room. Just a real comfortable, cozy sitting area where they can come and sit and you can sit and your energy can all meet. Maybe it would be a park. Maybe it would be the house that you knew this person in. But find a neutral ground and thank them for joining you in that space. That makes sense? They know their process. So what happens is when you've established this neutral territory, and make it something appealing to them. You know, if you want to talk to your grandfather and he loved to go to the lake, maybe you make it a lake with a bench next to it where you and he can go. If your loved one was allergic to dogs, don't invite them to the dog park to communicate with them. Probably not going to be where they want to go. They're not allergic to dogs, but I'm just saying. You want to make it comfortable. So find that beautiful neutral territory. The spirit will lower their vibration enough that they can be in that neutral space. And then you are going to raise your vibration so you can meet them in the middle. So they're vibrating here, we're vibrating here. We create a space in between and we meet right there in the middle. So when you're asking for a message from your loved one, first you establish that sacred space. You invite them. As you invite them, they come in to that space. You then raise your vibration. So you imagine your aura getting brighter. You imagine your ears opening up more. You open your heart and you open your mind. So you start opening up everything of you. Start imagining you're getting bigger and bigger and bigger your energy is. Because then as you do that, your energy starts to occupy that meeting ground. Make sense? Yep. So they've come down, you've raised up, and then the connection happens. That's when you look, listen, and feel for your loved ones and those messages from the other side. So we're going to practice that in a minute. And so several people said they don't have loved ones that they necessarily wanted to connect with. Who does that pertain to? You guys, anybody else for you? Okay, so if you have not, yes.
What if you have too many?
Just have a family reunion. Just choose one for this exercise. Just choose one. And then when we practice, you can choose someone different. Okay, so what I want you to do then is ask to meet your angel when you're expanding this space. And then you'll ask what their name is. So what's my guardian angel's name? So I'm going to guide you through it. We're going to go to that middle space, that meeting ground. And then we're just going to see, what you hear, what you feel. Whatever happens, it's going to be absolutely right, okay? Everybody ready? Okay, so first thing is to close your eyes. Just take a couple deep breaths and relax. Your loved ones are here. The Holy Spirit is with us. This is a sacred space. There's all love, all good. This is the perfect time. And then what I'd like you to do is imagine a beautiful, wonderful place to meet up with your loved one or to meet your angel. A picturesque, relaxing paradise where there's comfort and ease. And just let that scene come to you in your mind's eye. And now as you see that place, in your mind, call to the loved one that you want to connect there. Thank them for joining you. Invite them to communicate with you. Just call to them and let them find their way to the space. And they're doing that right now at this very moment. And as they do, it's your job to start breathing. Breathe into your heart chakra and open your heart. Open your ears so that you can hear the voice of love. Let your imagination, your mind's eye open deeper and deeper. And as you continue to expand, you can see the face, a glimpse, the image. There's your loved one. Your guardian angel right there. Right at your side. And there's light and love and reassurance. Just listen for a moment. And if there's anything that needs to be said, say it now. And then when you're ready, thank your loved one for connecting and communicating. See them stepping back into the light. And then bring your energy back down to this room. Let your heart come to a balanced place. Put your attention back into your feet. Get re-grounded. And then whenever you're ready, you can open your eyes. Good. How was that? Is that okay? Yeah? Did everybody at least get a feeling, even if it was just a brief? Kat, did you?
I got sloppy kisses. That would be like
Yeah. So I'm assuming this was Aunt Betty.
No.
Sloppy kisses. No, that was your dog. Excellent. Did you connect with an angel? Did you get a name? No. Okay. Nothing. All right. We'll practice again. That was your first time. That was your first time. Right?
I really struggled for visualization.
Okay. Yeah.
Very, very much.
Okay. Good. Well, not good, but keep practicing.
I get too busy going, where are we at? We're in the forest, we're in the beach. Oh, wait, is there a chair? Oh, no. I'm so busy trying to put the picture together. Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
Okay.
And I'm just freaking out all the time. Nothing ever happens.
Okay.
Yeah.
This time, when you try it, when you partner up, just picture a couch.
Okay.
Make it that simple.
Okay.
Just you go to the couch.
Okay.
And then that'll take out the guesswork for your ego.
Very good.
Yeah. We'll make it really easy, and then you'll see. Do you know what an apple looks like?
Yes.
Do you know what a banana looks like?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you know what a blue car looks like?
I do, but I've been doing this kind of stuff for a lot of years, and I still sit there and go, I'm picking it apart in my mind.
Make it a couch.
Yeah.
That'll be the best and easiest way to do it. Good. Excellent. All right. Did everybody feel reasonably successful with it? Yes.
May I share really quickly?
Sure.
Okay. So there was a teacher who's an intuitive that I admire very much, and she passed away a few months ago. And she's the person I thought about. And I was in a park, and she was there smiling, just very smiley, beautiful person, and didn't talk. But of course, I know her name. She knows mine. But I put my hand on her chest, and she did the same to me, like on our heart.
Yeah.
And it was very beautiful.
Yeah.
So,
Excellent.
Yeah.
Very meaningful.
Thank you.
You're welcome. If you try this technique of meeting in the middle, it works every single time. And then you get yourself grounded, you come back, you're blessed by the experience, you're not overwhelmed by all the spiritual energy. The neutral territory is really the secret to making this effective and to helping you go back time and time and time again. So now we're going to partner off really quick because I want you to practice giving someone else a message, okay? All right, so just turn to your neighbor. Make sure everybody's got a partner.
Yeah, well, I was like,
And if you don't want to practice with a friend, you don't have to. But I'd like you to at least give it a try. Okay. So let me tell you how this is going to work. All right, everybody ready? So, because this is just fun, all bets are off. If you want to connect with a pet, you could ask for a pet too. But be full disclosure, tell the person, this is my goldfish. I want you to connect with my goldfish. Don't try to pretend it's a person if it's not. That can be confusing. I thought it was Betty and it was a fish.
Kind of scaly.
Okay, yeah. So what we're going to do, each of you are going to choose individually what loved one you want the other person to connect with, okay?
Okay.
And then you're going to tell each other the names, or the three of you.
Say that again, we're gonna tell each other who we're trying to bring?
Yes. So you'll tell her who you want to connect with, and you'll tell her who you. So you can just say, my guardian angel.
My guardian, because that's
Yeah.
me. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, definitely. And she can hear the name and tell you the name. So you're each going to exchange names, okay, of who you want to hear from. And then we're going to go through the exercise and we'll exchange names, okay? Everybody clear?
know all the names of the species.
You can ask who the person is who wants to connect with. Just ask who wants to connect with. We want a specific info thing. Okay, you guys ready? Has everybody exchanged names? Alright, so change names with your partner. See, tell who you want to connect with, and they'll tell you who they want to connect with. And then whenever you're ready, everybody just go ahead and close your eyes. And we're going to get centered in. And all these spirits are just so much here and ready to connect. So this is going to be a wonderful exchange. I want you to prepare this space, the beautiful space where you're going to meet up with this incredible spirit who has a message. Just picture it in your mind. Something peaceful and nice. Now that that is prepared, this incredible spirit is moving down, filling this space with their love and their light and their essence. And as spirit moves, you now move. Opening your heart, expanding your aura, enhancing your vision and hearing, so that you can be that perfect channel and that conduit for light and love. Now your energy is occupying the sacred space, and theirs is too. And now listen, look, feel. Spend a few minutes just taking in everything that you can from this beautiful spirit from the other side. Trust whatever comes. Don't analyze it, just listen and learn. Just let yourself receive any last impressions or images or feelings. Pay attention to the feelings too. and thank the Spirit for connecting and communicating. See them stepping back into the light. And very slowly bring your awareness back to your feet, back to this room. Take a deep breath. Open your eyes. And then behold the beautiful light and presence right there in front of you. Very good. And then just briefly exchange information, how it felt, if there was any symbols, whatever it is, just briefly share with one another. Good. Everybody's excited. All right, can I get everybody's attention again? Thank you. She knows how to do this. Sorry, I'm too quiet. All right, I'll let you guys here in just a bit. You can continue on with sharing information and everything. But I just wanted to make sure that I'm not going too far over on time. Did everybody feel loved and supported in that process? Yes. Was it easier than what you thought?
Yes. I think it's because, like, I was telling him, I got kids, but when I try to bring my dad, like,
Yes.
it's just overwhelming grief and everything.
Yes.
I can't focus. But, like, with his, I was like, I don't know if this is wrong, but I'm just sitting on a porch swing watching the cornfields in a storm.
Yeah.
He's like, he had a
Yes.
porch swing. So,
It's oftentimes a lot easier for someone else because your emotions aren't in the energy field. Yes.
Actually, like, it was a lot easier for me to do for myself. It was hard to do for somebody else because I felt like I was just doing it for me again.
Yeah.
Really set the stage for it being like make that space for somebody else. Angels or loved ones to come in, message.
Just to keep practicing with it, just to say you're being the channel for it, you're willing to do
Just
it.
by setting the intention that's going to do it, and I can just trust that anything that comes in is for them and not for me.
Exactly. Yes, it's intentional. It is. It is. Yep. Well, you guys did so well today. Now, the important thing I can tell you is practice. Practice, practice, practice. Enjoy. But it's such an amazing experience as you all witnessed. Like, several of you had tears, and I think everyone felt loved and connected in some way. Connecting with the other side is just connecting with home. It's who we really are. So I think putting a little time and effort into this each day is well worth it because your life will become an inspiration. You'll feel connected and you'll know that love is truly the one thing that is consistent through eternity, even in a world with tremendous inconsistency. We can count on love and our angels to be with us all the time. Yes?
yes.
Yes. Excellent. Well, as I said, I recorded the class. So if you want it, maybe you could give Dee your email and I can send all those out. I did bring my books and my oracle cards. I brought them today because they always sell out in the Sunday service. So I wanted to give you guys the first dibs if you want them. I have found that, especially with the daily cards, it's a really easy way to build your intuition because you can draw a card each day and then it's a message from your angels. So I've got 2 different decks of oracle cards. My latest book is about working with crystals and how they can enhance intuition. There's only 1 copy left, so you better run if you want. And then if you're interested in learning more about mediumship, Meet Me on the Other Side is the best book for that. And then if you've lost a loved one or know someone who's lost someone to suicide, I have a book about mediumship and suicide and things like that too. So everything back there is $10. And so make yourself available to that. I'll be back there now that class is over. But I am just so excited that you joined me today, truly. This has been a great class, and you guys are fantastic, and everybody got it. No matter how much you do or don't think you did, and I'm honored. So keep practicing, make your sacred space. You can hang out with the other side. Don't pay attention to the neighbor's dog, but do pay attention to that dog that comes up and jumps in your lap. And just know that you're all very loved. But I'm, again, very grateful for each and every one of you. So thank you.